Okay, we're looking at percentage change. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. You could find, I mean, I've got 4 examples here because I want to show there's various different ways of you could be asked about this. So there we go. Now, if I could find the percentage, add it on or take it off, whatever, depending on whether it's an increase or a decrease. Or I'm going to do something called using multipliers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, if I'm increasing by 30%, I want to find 130%. So the increase of 30% equals 130% of what I started with. So what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is 210, which was my original value, and I'm going to find 130% of that. Now 130% as a decimal is 1.3, and I'm going to chuck that in my calculator. Alright, and what do I get? £273. 273. Now, as I say, you are very, very welcome to find 30% and add it on. But I think actually using the multiplier, A, it's less calculations, in theory, to basically hit the wrong buttons on your calculator. And B, once you get used to it, it's a lot quicker, frankly. So there we go. Right. Now, down here, I'm going to move to decrease £75 by 12%. A decrease, and I'll write it here because I've got a bit more room there. Decrease of 12% equals 88% of the original. So what I'm going to do this time is £75 multiplied by 0.88, which is 88% as a decimal. So what have we got there? 75 times 0.88, and I get £66. Alright, see how quick and easy that is. I forgot to underline my answer there, didn't I? Alright, so there we go. Now, just be a little bit careful here. I always say an increase right here of 7%, I excuse my writing, I'm going to end up with 107% of the original. Now, the reason I quite like writing what percentage it is, because a lot of people would be tempted when they do the multiplier, so 65, to do 1.7, but that would be an increase of 70%, so we don't want to do that, and which is why it's quite nice to think of it as 107%. Alright, so 65 times 1.07 gives me 69.55 grams. Alright, there we go, underline that. Now, working out the percentage change is, there's a little thing that I like to try and remember, which is difference over original, alright, times 100. I've not written that very well at all, but I'm running out of room unfortunately. So we're going to work out the difference here, which would be 15 over the original, 120. We times 100 to make it into a percentage. Okay, so difference divided by original times 100. So where are we? 15 divided by 120 times 100 gives me 12.5%. Alright, so it's always the same. Even if it's gone down, you still work out the difference, divide it by the original, and times by 100 to make the percentage. Now, what I will now do is very quickly, so to make it nice and clear to you how we do this, it's difference, I'm going to write it as neatly as possible, divided by original. Okay, and that's the best I can write on this, and my writing is officially terrible. But there you go, so difference divided by original, or change divided by original, you might see somewhere, alright, times 100 will give you your percentage change. Whether it's up or down, it's still the same process.